I hope you're having a great day. Well, a few days ago, we spoke about another tool that we can use beyond medicine to heal, recover, prevent. We spoke about the importance of laughter. Today, I want to talk about something else which is inbuilt in us, a mechanism that is inbuilt in us to make us feel good, to take care of pain, to communicate sometimes without words even being spoken. I'm talking about the power of touch. I'm talking about hugs. I'm talking about kisses. I'm talking about holding hands. I'm talking about an embrace, a pat on the back. Now, when we talk about this, we need to remind ourselves very clearly that there is good touch and there is bad touch. Today, we live in a world where we have to protect our children and ourselves from good touch and bad touch. But of course, I'm asking everyone to embrace in the power of touch with the right intention, in a respectful way, not in an abusive way, and to teach the same to our children and everyone around us. Now, coming to the science of touch, the skin is the largest organ of the human body. The largest organ of the human body is your skin. Now, we can feel the wind against our skin. We can feel touch. We can feel when water falls onto our skin. And every time something touches our skin, it communicates to us. So when we feel the wind going through us, over our skin, it may communicate a feeling of goodness that reaches our brain. It expresses itself in the form of emotion, and we feel that way. When you get a bad touch or a creepy touch, you immediately know it's a bad touch or a creepy touch because of the way that you feel. The same time when you pick up something slimy or something slimy falls onto your skin, or you hold an animal that you don't like a snake or a snail or something like that, some people respond positively to it, some people negatively. But all through that touch, your skin has the ability to communicate with your mind, with your brain, and express it into an emotion. Now, when we go back way back, okay, from the time we were children, biologically, our nervous system and our immune system, the functioning of our immune system and our nervous system was dependent on us being in a relationship, society, or community. Now, when I say relationship, it could be the child and the parent relationship. So now, your entire immune system and your nervous system was dependent biologically on the kind of relationship, society, and community that you grew up in. So if we go back to the infant and mother, the moment the infant is born, the infant is put into the mother's arms. The mother holds the infant against her breast. Communication and bonding happens because of the hormone called oxytocin, which is generated immediately. We all know by now that oxytocin is the love hormone, the cuddle hormone, the bonding hormone, and we produce this even as adults. It's sad that most adults today are unable to produce it because of our lifestyle, the lack of touch, the lack of intimacy. Now, when I'm talking about touch and hugs and all of that stuff, it works well when there is trust between the people touching, hugging, holding hands. Something as simple as holding hands with your loved one or someone that you trust can send an immediate boost of oxytocin and endorphins in your body. Now, to take it further, patting. So if you ever notice like a child who's in distress, a child who's going through a problem, and you lift the child, you carry the child, you pat the child on the back, it gives them reassurance, it gives them safety, it gives them a feeling of safety, it gives them a feeling of affection and love, which is why it is so important for every parent to understand that when your young kid comes up to you for a hug, or even if you're angry with them, you can get your message across to them. But if you deny them that hug that they want, you are denying them reassurance, you are denying them love, you are denying them a sense of security, and they grow up feeling more and more insecure. It's okay to discipline your children, it's okay to lose your temper, get angry with them, but you must hug them when they come to you and ask them for a hug. Human beings as adults crave touch. They crave embrace. They crave a hug from their loved ones or people that they trust. And when you don't get it, you feel bad. Imagine what a child goes through. So it all goes back to the time that you were a child. If you got this kind of environment around you, you grew up feeling safer, less insecure, and all of these things. So growing up is not just about the best education, giving your children organic food and all of that stuff. It is giving them the basics of hugs, pats on the back, touch. Touch communicates a lot. With young children as well as adults, you can communicate without words through touch with the right intention, holding hands, an embrace, a hug. Sometimes there are emotions which do not have words to express themselves with, but the message can be got by the other person purely through touch, hugs, embrace, pats on the back, or whatever it is. Now, what happens is, we boost oxytocin and endorphins. Oxytocin and endorphins has the ability to even manage pain, which is why it's so important for us to understand a child falls down, gets hurt, you hug them because you want to boost endorphins and oxytocin naturally. Of course, they may need medication, stitches, or whatever it is, but the basics empower or harness the basic intelligence of the human body. That's why it plays a huge role in when we look after sick people as well. Touch, holding hands. Over the last couple of months, spent a lot of time with patients in the ICU who are unconscious and coma, on life support systems, ventilators and stuff like that. And my advice to families at that point is even holding their hands or even touch. They may not be able to hear what you say, but you may have the ability to communicate through touch, which is why it's so important that we don't just give sympathy to people who are sick. We give them empathy, we give them touch, we hold them, we embrace them, we give them hugs. This is something that plays a huge role in healing. Now, what happens when we boost oxytocin through touch, embrace, hugs, kisses, or whatever it is? Number one, your heart rate comes down. Your blood pressure comes down. More and more medical science is showing the relation between touch and the lowering of blood pressure. And your immune system builds up. It boosts up immediately. So just through touch, with the right intention, embrace, hugs which are over 15 to 20 seconds, you can lower blood pressure, you can boost your immune system, you can lower your heart rate. Am I trying to say that this is your replacement for all your drugs and treatments? No. I'm saying it is another way to empower beyond medicine. It is something that we have naturally inbuilt in us. And we don't use it anymore today. We look for love, we look for emotions from the virtual world on social media. Well, yes, the number of likes may make you feel happy. The number of smileys on your Facebook account, your Instagram may make you feel good about yourself for a small period of time, but it can never compare to human touch. Which is why I'll say it over and over again. We may advance in the world of artificial intelligence and stuff like that, but it can never replace a doctor-patient relationship. Never. Because the power of touch, embrace, hugs, all of this is extremely healing and it builds trust between the doctor and the patient when it's done the right way, with the right intention, without any intention to abuse. So please understand that we can communicate through touch, and today if we look into our lives, touch has become lesser and lesser. Now when you talk about sexual contact and all of that stuff, yes, you boost oxytocin after an orgasm or a climax, you boost endorphins and all of that stuff. That is one part, but what if you're not sexually active? Still, the power of touch in just holding hands, embracing, everything I said plays a huge role in your health and in the health of someone else. So sometimes if there are no words to say, all you need to do, and you may want to try this, with either your partner, you don't have a partner, a good friend, someone you can trust, because it has to work with trust in between. Just sit down and hold hands. There's no need to say anything, and observe what is happening in your system. Observe what is happening in your physical self, your emotional self, your mental self. You need to do this to realize the power of how you feel, how good you feel after this little event of touching or holding hands happens. Because like I said, we're living in a world today where we think we're closer to one another, but actually the distance is growing more and more because of the virtual world that has come in between us. The virtual world is good if we use it the right way, but it can tear us apart. It can cause disease and illness and move us away. That bonding that I spoke about, the biological environment that we need to exist in, relationship, society, community, is so important that it is real and not just virtual. So all of these things, my favorite part is the immune system, which is why a child, the more you hold them when they're sick, the faster they are going to heal. They don't just feel security, but you can boost their immune system because of these two very important hormones called oxytocin and endorphins. You just don't need sex and exercise to create that for you. You can do it through simple touch with the right intention. And these are the little lifestyle changes that we need to embrace. They don't cost money. They're absolutely free. And you do it the right way, you just get the best benefits from all angles. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.